So I'm here to talk about yoga. I'm here to talk about yoga from the perspective of a first-generation Canadian, raised poor, working class, who's never been to India, who's never studied with a guru, but who learned yoga first and foremostly from my mom, who began the practice when I was about 11 years old. And I watched my mother, who had been a coffee drinking, cigarette smoking housewife who had been prescribed Valium. I watched her go from that to a woman that practiced yoga every single morning, 5 days a week, and quit drinking coffee, quit smoking, was off all prescription drugs. And her life was completely and utterly changed because of the practice. I watched her body change, but most importantly, I watched the dynamic shift of her energy and her way of being in the world. She became so much more vibrant and awake and present, so much more willing to engage with the world. And what I really noticed is she became more and more curious. So being a little girl, a young girl, and watching this progressive and incremental transformation of my chain-smoking mom to this wildly fit, funny, health-conscious, protein shake drinking beauty was perhaps one of the most powerful experiences I had as a young person in the world. So I began to do yoga because I adored her. I loved her. And I loved what yoga gave her. It gave her life back to her. It gave her energy. It gave her a beauty and a courage to do things that she'd never done before. So the word yoga means union. It means yoke. It means connection. So connection precedes everything. Connection precedes all learning. And we're hardwired for connection. And coming from a society, living in a society, a complex society like ours, which will do everything it possibly can to support me to be disconnected, to not feel my body, to not feel my breath, to not even be mindful of my speech or aware of how I live when I am out there engaging in the world, or how I live when I'm attempting to engage with myself. So beginning yoga as a girl and continuing the practice, I remember practicing. I have a almost 37-year-old daughter. I remember doing yoga every day of my pregnancy. I needed to do yoga. I needed to move. I needed to stretch. I needed to open my body. I had an amazing birth. Maybe yoga had something to do with that. Maybe it didn't, but I think it did. So I've done many trainings, and through the trainings, what I was discovering was that yoga seemed quite boring to me and pretty uptight. There was this sense of pretentious uptightness. Yoga was almost as tight as the yoga pants. And there was this sense of, what would I say, seriousness to the practice that I just didn't buy. and also that I found excessively boring. So through my trainings and doing work with amazing teachers like the late Emily Conrad, Bonnie Bainbridge Cohen, but a variety of different teachers who, Shiva Ray, who really worked with the fluid system, who worked with the body as a landscape of movement that didn't adhere to a structure, but actually adhered or opened to this essence of movement that was innate. I mean, if I look out here at this tree and I see it moving in the wind, in my body, I know that I too am moving. I'm the same movement as that tree. There is no straight lines in me. There are no sharp edges. Even our bones have a softness and a pliability to them. So I began to explore yoga as a moving piece of art. I don't know how else to put it. That my body is this canvas, and that each yoga practice is a painting or a piece of pottery or a piece of music that I've never tasted before, and that there is no right or wrong practice. It seems to me that in North America, it's right or it's wrong. You know, if I don't adhere to this certain structure, A, B, C, D, in my yoga practice, then I'm wrong. I just don't buy it. I think yoga is directly connected to energy. Energy that I feel in my body that is continually moving and changing. Energy that is connected to sound. Energy that is connected to wind. Energy that's connected to sun. So really supporting my body to energetically move and to sound and to explore and to express. So I created or coined what I call expressive yoga. And I want to talk about this yoga. I want to introduce it. I want to explore it. And why do I want to do that? Because I think it's great. Because I think that it saved my ass so many times when I had chemo, when I had a horrific bike accident, when my father died, when my mother died. What did I come back to? This practice. This wild landscape called yoga. This beautiful wild landscape called yoga. So I want to explore that and offer it. And why do I want to do that? You know, it's really weird filming yourself with no script. I'm filming myself, I have no script. I just know that I love yoga. And I love teaching it. I love what it does to people. I love watching their face and their eyes light up. During the practice, I love watching the tears roll down their face. I love watching them tremble. I love hearing them sing. I love watching them dance and move. I love hearing them sigh. I love when they do a posture in a manner that feels right for them, when they drop away from the structured form and they find their free form that allows complete and utter freedom. And that doesn't mean chaos. That doesn't mean mindlessness. That doesn't mean pandemonium. It means anchor, grounding, and from that anchor comes all of life. From the gathering of the energetic body, from the exploration of it, through the sense of connecting to everything, starting with the ground, starting with the soles of my feet, starting with my toes, starting with my seat in a seated posture, anchoring down, 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 down into the center of the earth. And from there, what can happen? From there, what kind of ocean? Will my body swim in? Will my body sound from? Will my body open to? So yeah, expressive yoga. And I have a broken arm right now. So it's really amazing to have a yoga practice that I can work with a broken arm with. It's beautiful. So I'm going to do these little talks, and I hope it helps someone, someplace. Stay with the practice. Whatever the practice is for you, whatever opens your heart, whatever it is that you yearn for, I really hope that this supports you to have that for a lot of reasons, but mostly because we deserve it. I deserve to feel and know and explore and love my body, even with a broken arm, even with arthritis, even with fibromyalgia, even with cancer, even with a sexual assault history. I'm allowed to take my body back. And yoga is one of the ways that I can take it back. And I can hold it as brave, courageous, vibrant, and curious. Yeah. So, yeah, thanks. Stay tuned.